A local business is lighting up LA literally.
The last 19 years, this company's growth has been with very little sales effort on our part, which is a surprise.
This is a company that has been featured on city cable before.
We literally created this brand new niche, which is called LED light bulbs. We created it.
And now, as LEDtronics, a local company on the cutting edge of lighting technology, is celebrating 40 years in business, City Cable paid another visit to its facility for a fresh behind-the-scenes look at this big family business. Here we are.
Absolutely. This is a kind of a display of all of our most popular different kinds of indicators: relampable, panel indicators, non-relampable. We even have stuck a discrete in the tiny little one you might see in remotes, and this is what we really sell.
Yes, indicators are what this family founded LEDtronics on, as COO and marketing manager Sean Lodi explains. Sean is the son of mechanical engineer Pervez and Amas Lodi, originally from Karachi, Pakistan. Pervez and Amas started LEDtronics in Torrance in 1983. More on its humble beginning in a bit. But first, the light bulbs. As is well known now, LEDs are energy-efficient alternatives to incandescent and fluorescent lighting. LED stands for light-emitting diode.
LEDs, in application by application or product by product, are generally 9 to 10 times more efficient. That means if you have a bulb using 10 watts, only 1 watt of LED bulb is going to produce, as of today, is going to produce the same amount of light. If they're used in the right way, in the right ambient conditions, I've always said that if they are built right, that means built the right way based on the application, and they are used in the right way, they should last forever.
In 2022, a national ban got put in place, prohibiting the manufacture and sale of light bulbs that produce fewer than 45 lumens per watt. A lumen is a measure of brightness, which are the old incandescent bulbs. Traditional incandescent bulbs provide just 15 lumens per watt, as opposed to an LED bulb, which gets you 75. Pervez had a hand in that becoming a reality.
The US Congress had made a law that by certain time, the sale of incandescents would no longer be allowed. I played a role in having that legislation written by Congresswoman Jane Harman, who used to be the Congresswoman for Torrance. Because of what we were doing, she then submitted that legislation to the Congress, and it passed, and it became the law.
Lodi says lighting needs vary from customer to customer. Many high-profile ones turn to LEDtronics for its expertise and innovative LED lighting solutions.
It is very key to understand what are the customer's issues and problems and wishes. There are multiple aspects of an LED bulb. You can't just tell them that here's the bulb, take it or leave it. We just basically make sure that what we make for them not only meets their requirements, but exceeds it.
The businesses buying from LEDtronics are loyal and come from near and far.
Customers have been with us for 40 years, 30 years, 20 years. They just simply are there. Our customers range from all the defense departments, Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, GE, one of our biggest customers.
Other high-profile users have included Rockwell International, Hughes Aircraft, Amtrak, Caterpillar, plus many Fortune 500 companies. Locally, LEDtronics has lit up the Santa Monica Pier, the Rotunda building at the Natural History Museum, the Vincent Thomas Bridge, and even the LA Coliseum sign, to name just a few. Closer to home, certain spots have benefited from these products as well, like the streets outside of West High School and inside the Southern California Regional Occupational Center.
There was a director of facilities and operations here, Chuck Banda, who pursued the relationship with LEDtronics when he found out of their specialty lighting. And it seemed to meet our needs for not only saving money, but also providing a safe space for our students. We employ the lighting in 3 different areas, 3 different programs. So we have it in automotive, we also have it in our electrical wiring program, and then in welding. Before LEDtronics came in with this product, we were using traditional halogen lights, which did not meet our needs. Again, safety, utility, cost savings. And so the partnership with LEDtronics was not only necessary, but eventually became very vital. SoCal Rock is embedded here in the South Bay, but not only just the South Bay, but in Torrance especially. So our partnerships with LEDtronics, with a lot of government agencies and a lot of other private industry here is one of the rewards of being part of this amazing community.
Before spreading light around town and the world, this company started out very small, within the biggest city in the South Bay.
Nearby, about a mile and a half from here, in a house off of Calle Mayor in Torrance, Almas and I started this in our home, in our garage. And one of the electronic magazines, Electronic Products, editor met me at Wendy's at the crossing of Crenshaw and 190th. There was a Wendy's at the corner. He said, Pervez, I can help you have the people get to know you. So we met there for a small cup of coffee, and he says, you just write up a small article on the bulb that will help the specific industry. It was a defense industry. And I'll put it in the magazine's new product section. And I think that was a major, major boost. You know, the moment the print came out, we started getting calls.
The company grew so much that the Lodis were able to move LEDtronics out of their garage and eventually into its current Torrance headquarters. About 70 people work out of this 66,000 square foot facility. The family moved into the space around the year 2000, and that's when the LED industry really began to take off.
We have always been in Torrance, so we love Torrance because of the environment, safety, the city and everything, so it worked out just perfect. We lived in Torrance. I think Torrance has been just fantastic for us in many, many ways. We found this place 20 years ago. It was ideal, so we started growing here.
Here is at 23105 Kosciuszko Court, and Sean showed me around.
Right now we are in the testing department for LEDtronics, probably one of the most important departments for LEDtronics, because this is where products are tested thoroughly and vetted before the customer sees them. First of all, see, do they power up? Are they the right color? Do they physically stay together? And then one of the later on processes is called burn-in, and that's what's going on in the rooms behind us. Whether it's for a few hours, a day, whatever the need of that application is to see, will this bulb survive the initial power on? Because if a bulb is going to fail, it will often fail within the first few hours. That room is where a lot of our indicator lights are being tested. LEDs are not supposed to overheat, and they're not supposed to get dimmer over time. All those things they pay attention to. Lab sphere, this is usually for larger lamps. It tests things like the Kelvin temperature, which is like what shade of white it is, the luminosity, which is how bright it actually is, and this is used to also measure customer-specific requirements. That's something that we do and don't boast about, is basically how we grew this company, is creating custom solutions where nobody else could provide that. Custom is really our unspoken hero and our unspoken strength.
The tour continues in the mold shop, where employees create custom housings for lamps, lenses, and sleeves.
There's a lot of occasions where a product needs to fit into a special location for a customer, and we need to make something custom for them. We have several thousands of different products that we mold housings for and whatnot here. Most of our indicators are manufactured in the USA, in-house in the factory. That's a sector we are truly unrivaled in.
Walking around the factory, it's easy to see that the Lodis have created a company culture that is warm and inviting.
All the people in the company, they have been with us for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 years. And they are the major value and reason why a company remains alive or successful, because they just simply are the knowledge. My family, myself, we are all very fortunate, and we treat them like family, you know.
And speaking of family, the Lodis are also dedicated to giving work opportunities to those back in their home country.
I'm from Pakistan, and majority of my life was in Karachi. My wife is from Karachi. We basically said, okay, compared to any other place, I would probably find the best group of people to make my products. So in 1998, I opened my own facility in Karachi, Shan Technologies, and that place has been a biggest blessing forever. With very little supervision, very little training, very little communication problem, language problem. For a large amount of our labor-intensive work, we just send the assembled kits to them every week by air. They build the products with the labor-intensive work, and they ship it right back. And then we do the final inspection and marking and testing and quality and everything. And then we ship it to the customer. Nothing gets shipped from Pakistan.
The company also provides those in Pakistan with the products they create.
This technology has gave me a real immediate signal that the poorest of the poor people in the world, they have no light. When you go to a village hundreds of miles away, pitch dark, even a candle is too much light if they have a candle. They burn wood for the light. They burn kerosene lamps for the light. And I said, I have to do something. So 2002 is when I started testing these LED lights combined with solar in some areas in Pakistan. I went to those villages and tested what is the minimum amount of light with minimum power, with minimum cost, because with the minimum cost I can save the largest number of people. The moment I give them that gift, that whole family immediately benefits in multiple ways.